Sekarang kita akan bincang part 2. Okay, part 2 untuk topik 6 ini, which is the 6.3. So kalau you cuba fahamkan bahasa partial fraction. Okay, partial fraction. Kejap nanti saya akan cerita dalam video ini apa yang dimaksudkan dengan partial fraction. So beri perhatian.
So now we are going to decompose the fractions. So first we have to check, does the problem given is a proper fractions? So
Keyword decompose. Okay, keyword decompose. Bermaksudnya satu benda ini kita nak pecahkan dia. Partial. Okay, partial. Kita nak pecahkan dia. So itu adalah proses dia. Kenapa nak buat ini? Sebab selepas ini kalau kita nak buat integration, dia boleh membantu. Okay, dia boleh membantu. Teruskan.
by referring the numerator, which is a degree 1, and the denominator, which is a degree 2. So in this case, it is a proper fraction because the degree for the numerator is less than the denominator.
So step number 1, make sure dia proper ke improper. Okay, make sure dia proper ke improper. Macam mana nak tahu dia proper fraction atau improper fraction? So refers to the power. Power di atas 1. Power di bawah 2. So the fraction kalau atas greater and equal, so that one considered as improper fraction. Tulis numerator greater and equal to denominator. Understand not? Kalau tak nak, you boleh tulis px greater and equals to dx. Greater and equals to dx. Improper. How to spell improper? I-M. P-R-O-P-E-R. That one we call improper. Faham? Okay. So for this case, the power atas adalah 1. Power of denominator adalah 2. So this one considered as proper. P-R-O-P-E-R. Proper fraction. So itu step number 1. Make sure it's a proper fraction. Continue.
Second step, we are going to check, is it possible to factorize the problems?
Second step, factorize. Factorize. Maksudnya check lah, boleh factorize ke tak. So kalau saya guna mata tengok, boleh. Okay, boleh factorize. Second step factorize. First step, proper. Second step, factorize.
So in this case, yes, we need to factorize. So it will be 3x minus 1 over x plus 3, x minus 2. So I think this is the simplest form. So the third step, we will be determine the types of factor in the denominator. So in this case, x plus 3 is a linear. X minus 2 is also a linear. So in this case, we have 2 factors for the denominator. So next step, number 4, we are going to determine the basic structure for the situation. So 3x minus 1 over x plus 3, x minus 2 equals to, we are going to decompose. So our factor is x plus 3 followed by x minus 2. The next part is to determine the numerator.
Okay, so selepas saya check boleh factorize ke tidak, so dah siap Next is a basic structure. Dengar, step number 1, proper. Step number 2, factorize. Step number 3, basic structure. So tengok, di sini ada berapa factor? Kalau ada 2 factor, pecah jadi 2. Kalau ada 3 factor, pecah jadi 3. So that is the process, we call it decompose. Understand not? Compose, maksudnya gabung. Decompose maksudnya leraikan. So this is the process we call partial fraction. Ketika you nak pecahkan dia. Partial fraction. Settle? So basic structure sudah siap. Back to the knowledge. Whenever your denominator is linear, your numerator must be constant. Whenever your denominator is quadratic, your numerator must be a linear. Dia mesti kurang satu power. Kalau x to the power 1 di sini, atas dia adalah x to the power of 0.
So in this case, we are going to refer the denominator for x plus 3. It is a linear, so the numerator will be a constant. Since x minus 2 is a linear, so again, the numerator will be a constant.
Okay, step number 1, proper. step number 2, factorize. Step number 3, basic structure. Step number 4, kita nak solve. Okay, kita nak solve. Ada dua cara nak solve.
So next step, we are going to simplify the situation by multiply both sides with the denominator. And
Dengar, by multiply both sides with the denominator. Maksudnya semua elemen satu persatu ini semua kena darabkan dengan denominator.
we will have to multiply the denominator, x plus 3 and x minus 2 for all the terms. So we will have 3x minus 1 equals to a x minus 2 after we multiply this with the x plus 3 and x minus 2. And then followed by b x plus 3. Step number 5, which is
Okay, so selepas dah siap multiply all the terms with the denominator, so you dapat hasil ni. Okay, so saya panggil dia linear form. Okay, in a linear form. Kemudian, saya ada dua strategi. Number 1 is compare the coefficient. Number 2 is let atau substitution. Teruskan.
is going to solve. Here we have two methods to solve. The first one will be the compare the coefficient. So now I'm going to compare the coefficient. First, I have to expand the situation. So by compare the coefficients of the x, so we will have 3, which is equals to a plus b. That would be my first equation. My second equation will be negative 1 will be equals to negative 2a plus 3b. So in this case, I'm going to use the substitution method. So a will be equals to 3 minus b. I'm going to substitute a equals to 3 minus b into the second equation. So negative 1 equals to negative 2 bracket 3 minus b plus 3b. Negative 6 plus 2b plus 3b. So rearrange the situation. So we will have 5 equals to 5b. So b will be equals to 1. And then a will be equals to 2.
Saya kata saya guna yang pertama, which is the compare coefficient. Okay, compare coefficient. So, apa yang saya buat kalau nak compare coefficient? I expand. So, saya harap ya, you tulis you punya strategi di sana. I expand. So, you nampak tak? Ini x, ini x, ini pun x. So, 3 equals to a plus b. First equation, which is the linear. Kalau ini, kita panggil constant. Nampak? Negative 2a, 3b. So, negative 1, negative 2a, plus 3b. So, ini adalah kumpulan constant. So, kita ada dua equation. Akhirnya, saya guna substitution method. So, di sini ada elimination, ada substitute. So, saya guna dia. Saya ganti. So, harap fahamlah ya. Negative 2a. A, 3 minus b. Then, expand. Berhati-hatilah. Algebraic So, settle, dapat b, dapat a. Kemudian, kita perlu ganti semula ke dalam A and B. So, means that your final answer, you mesti kena tulis dalam format macam ni. Your final answer mesti format macam ni. Kita kata partial fraction sebab kita decompose. Maksudnya dari satu benda itu, kita pecahkan dia. Bukan saja dua ya, kadang-kadang boleh 3, kadang-kadang boleh 4. It depends on the situation. Yang penting, decompose. Okay, so decompose ini buat masa ni tak nampak lagi kesan dia. Kita macam tengah buat latihan decompose. Selepas ini bila menjawab soalan, kita memerlukan dia. Okay, bila you dapat situasi yang complicated, this is the tool to simplify the situation. Okay, so method yang kedua, saya panggil let atau substitution.
So in order to find the value of a and the b, I'm going to use the substitution method by zero the cases. So let x will be equals to negative 3. After the substitution, notice that b will be disappear because negative 3 plus 3 will become 0. Multiply with the b, so the b will be gone. The next one will be, in order to find the b, I'm going to substitute x equals to 2. So in here, a will be gone because 2 minus 2 becomes 0. Now I'm going to solve by substituting the value negative 3 into the equation. So we will have negative 10 equals to negative 5a. So a will be equals to 2. Followed by the next part, when I substitute x equals to 2 into the equation, I will have 5, which is equals to 5b. So b will be equals to 1. So now
Okay, So kalau you tengok saya tulis apa? A question mark, B question mark. Sebab A dengan B ni saya nak. So in order to find the A, I must make sure the B disappear. How to make sure the B disappear? Substitute -3, then B will be gone. Okay? Saya tak buat lagi. Teruskan B. In order to find the B, I must make sure the A disappear. How to make sure the A disappear? By substitute the X is equals to 2. So when I substitute X equals to 2, this one will become 0, A will be gone. Itu strategi saya. Okay, so bagi saya, ni senang sikit lah. So next, -3, if you substitute, you will have -10. Okay, so if you substitute -3, you will have -5A, then A equals to 2. Kalau substitute 2, 6 minus 1, we have 5. Substitute 2, 5B, B equals to 1. So you sendiri compare. You nak guna coefficient, compare the coefficient atau substitution method. Bagi saya memang suka substitution method. Tetapi dalam exam nanti, dia boleh paksa anda untuk guna method apa. So baik adalah dua-dua pun kena tahu untuk chapter ini. Tapi bila untuk chapter lain nanti, you nak guna partial fraction, tak semestinya nak guna compare coefficient, you are free to choose. So for this chapter, temporary, you need to know both of them, which is the compare coefficient and the substitution method. Okay, so teruskan. Jawapan akhir mesti kena tulis macam ni. Okay, so either you nak tulis x square plus x minus 6 pun boleh, atau you nak tulis x plus 3, x minus 2 dalam sini pun boleh. Yang penting, mesti kena tulis ini untuk dapat jawapan markah terakhir. Ingat, saya galakkan chapter ini, walaupun dah dapat A and B, finally you mesti kena tulis jawapan ini. Okay, maksudnya kena substitute semula lah, baru dapat full mark. So, ini adalah contoh yang pertama, okay, di mana dia adalah linear. The situation is linear. Kita pergi case yang kedua. Okay, case yang kedua, linear, quadratic. Kenapa saya kata quadratic? Kena tengok betul-betul.
So here we have the problems. So first step, check whether it's proper or improper fraction. So in this case, the answer is yes, it's a proper fraction. Second step, check able to factorize or not. So in this case, we can't factorize anymore. So it is a simplest form. Third step is to determine the types of factor in the denominator. So in here, 4 minus x is a linear factor.
So just now I repeat, I said step number 1, make sure it's a proper. You boleh tengok balik ayatnya, proper. So for this case, atas ini quadratic, bawah ini nampak macam quadratic. But when you expand, it is a cubic. Okay? So atas 2, bawah 3. Okay? So this one considered as proper. Second step, you have to make sure whether the situation is factorized or not. Mana dia you perlu tekan calculator. So for this case, 3x square plus 1, you tekan, dia akan keluar I. Kalau I maksudnya tak boleh factorize. Ini yang paling perfect sekali. So step number 2, settle. Step number 3, identify the types of denominator. Iaitu saya nak buat basic structure lah. So di mana ini linear? Continue.
3x squared plus 1 is a quadratic factor. So now let's begin to solve the situation by forming the basic structure. So in here,
nampak saya kata basic structure. Format dia, proper, improper, factorize, basic structure. Okay, continue.
4 minus x is a factor, linear factor, followed by a quadratic factor. So we have to determine the numerator. So for 4 minus x, it is a linear, so the numerator will be a constant.
So dengar ayat saya. Since this is a linear, atas mesti constant. This one is a quadratic, atas dia mesti linear. Ingat format dia. Okay, teruskan.
Followed by 3x squared plus 1, it is a quadratic factor. So automatically, the numerator will be a linear. So this is the very important step. This is what we call the basic structure. So next step, we are going to solve. So before we solve, we have to multiply both sides with the denominator.
So, ulang proses yang sama, multiply both side with the denominator. Mesti sama, sentiasa sama. Teruskan.
And we will have 6x squared minus 3x plus 14 equals to a 3x squared plus 1 plus bx plus c bracket 4 minus x. So in this case, I'm going to use the substitution method to solve my problems. So in order to find,
Okay, so saya guna substitution method. Anda boleh cuba untuk coefficient, masa yang sama cuba untuk substitution. Kalau nak improve. Okay, kalau nak improve. Inilah pendapat saya, dua-dua mesti kena tahu. So saya buat substitution method, saya akan tulis A question mark, B question mark, C question mark. Ini gaya saya. Okay, gaya saya.
the a, the b, and the c value, we are going to substitute the value of x. So we will be
Take note ya, dia tak semua case macam tadi. So dengar betul-betul apa yang saya cakap.
going around. In order to find the value of a, we have to make sure the b and the c disappear or become 0 at the same time.
In order to find the A, we must make sure the B and the C disappear or gone at the same time. Okay? So tengok macam mana nak jadikan A sahaja. Macam mana nak hilangkan B dan C? So we focus this one. So we must make sure this one becomes 0, then automatically B and C gone. Teruskan.
So now we have to observe the situation. 4 minus x, if we substitute x equals to 4, automatically b and c will disappear. So next step is to try to make sure the b disappear. So for this case, we can't make the b become zeros. So the only way is to make the c. In order to find the c, we have to make sure the b will become 0. So by substituting the value x equals to 0, automatically b will become 0.
So tengok di sini saya nak cari B kan. A dengan C mesti hilang. Tapi sincere, saya bagi tahu you tak boleh. Kenapa tak boleh? Sebab C tak ada X. Faham? Saya tak boleh hilangkan C. Saya tak boleh hilangkan C. So maksud saya tak mampu. Okay, saya tak mampu nak hilangkan C. So saya skip. Tak mampu nak buat, kita skip. Bila saya nak cari C, saya nak pastikan B hilang. B hilang. Very simple. Ganti apa? Ganti kosong. Betul? Ganti kosong, C masih ada. So, itu dia lah. Bila you sudah go round one cycle, next you balik ke sini kan. Any number, in order to find the B, you can substitute any number for the X. You can substitute any number for the X in order to find the B. So, beri perhatian, video ni tengok semula. Dan cuba menghayati dia. Teruskan.
So the final step, in order to find b, we can simply substitute any value, okay, so that we can find the value b. So that is my suggestion. So with the help from the calculator, you can substitute the value or the equation, key in the equation 6x squared minus 3x plus 14 into the calculator. By using the function calculate, straightforward you can get your value. So when x equals to 4, automatically the value for the left hand side will be 98. When you're substituting the value x equals to 1, automatically for the left hand side becomes 17. And if you substitute 0, your final answer will be 14 for the left hand side.
Okay, saya ada bagi sedikit tips. You key in ini dalam calculator, then you calculate. Calculate when x equals to 4, keluar jawapan. Masa yang sama, you tekan calculate, you substitute 1, you dapat 17. Masa yang sama, you tekan calculate, you tekan 0, you dapat 14. Maksudnya, at the same time, you boleh buat tiga ini. So, boleh jimat masa kalau guna calculator. Take note guna calculator. Teruskan.
So now let's focus on the right hand side. If I substitute x equals to 4, okay, so definitely 4 minus x will become 0. So I only focus on the side A. So 4 squared, 16, multiply with 3, we have 48 plus 1. So we will have 49A. So A will be equals to 2 after we have 98 over 49. Now we are moving on the second part, which is looking for C. So now I'm going to substitute the value 0. So I will have A plus 4C. By substituting the value 2, A as a 2, so 14 is equals to 2 plus 4C. So 12 is equals to 4, C. C will be equals to 3. So the third step will be looking for the B. We're going to substitute the value x equals to 1 for both sides. So for the left hand side will be 17, and then followed by 4a plus bracket b minus c plus c, we have 3. So 17 will be equals to 4 bracket 2 plus 3b plus 3c. So 17 is equals to 8 plus 3b plus 9. So here we will have 3b, which is equals to 0, and b will be equals to 0.
Okay, so mungkin you rasa keliru, okay? You rasa keliru sebab you tak berapa faham kan? Tak apa, ini adalah orang kata apa? Simultaneous equation. Faham? Simultaneous equation. Nanti you tengok semula, then you akan nampak apa yang saya tengah buat ni. So saya, kalau you tengok betul-betul, saya ada level. Nampak tak? First level, second level, third level. Saya bagi tahu saya sendiri yang mana yang saya perlu buat dulu. Okay? Cuba belajar. Cuba belajar. So akhirnya you have to substitute. Okay, you have to substitute. Iaitu A, then B is 0, right? So can ignore. Then C is equals to 3. So got some student asking, sir, you said linear, right? How come this one become constant? For the basic structure, you letak linear. But we cannot control the answer A, B, C. Which one is 0? So ini tiada masalah lah ya. So ini adalah situasi yang kedua di mana we have a linear and a quadratic. A linear and a quadratic. Masih sama iaitu quadratic. Okay, iaitu quadratic and linear. Tetapi this case is improper fraction. Teruskan.
1, kindly check it is a proper fraction. So for this case, I'm going to expand the denominator. So we will have x cubed plus x minus 3x squared minus 3. So by observing the situation at the numerator, we have degree of 3. For the denominator as well, we have degree of 3. So for this case, the degree is the same. So
for this case, the degree is the same. Power 3 di atas, power 3 di bawah. So this is improper fraction. So kalau improper fraction, kita kena buat dia jadi proper. So bagaimana? Iaitu long division. So take note improper fraction, kalau nak jadi proper, mesti kena buat long division. So kita mula long division. Okay? So nampak tak ini adalah standard form yang pertama. Standard form yang pertama. Sebab apa? Sebab kalau you nampak ini adalah PX, PX tu dalam ya, and then bawah ini adalah DX. DX ini saya buat apa? Saya expand. Mesti kena expand, kalau tak expand tak dapat nak buat long division. Okay? So saya teruskan ya, teruskan. Saya nak hapuskan 3x cube. So I multiply with the 3. Okay? So finally, saya dapat jawapan saya begini. Faham tak? Begini. So, ini adalah standard form 1. So, jawapan you mesti standard form 1 juga. Iaitu, you tulis nampak ini? Standard form 1. Okay? So, sekarang kita punya soalan kata partial fraction. Fokus kita di belakang ini. Okay? Fokus kita di belakang ini. Teruskan.
Compose the blue color part. So first, we already check whether it's proper or improper. Followed by the second step is able to factorize or not. Third is to check the types of factor for the denominator. So in this case, it's a linear and quadratic. So step number 4, we're going to express in the basic structure. So here we have a basic structure, x minus 3 plus x squared plus 1. So now, for the x minus 3 is a linear factor, so the numerator will be a constant. For the second part, x squared plus 1, it is a quadratic, so the numerator will be linear, which is bx plus c. So now we are going to multiply both sides with the denominator, which is x minus 3 and x squared plus 1 at the same time for both sides. So we will have a simplest form, so for x squared to x minus 6 equals to a, x squared plus 1 plus b, x plus c, x minus 3. So in this part, I'm going to use the substitution method to solve.
So sekarang kita dah kembali ke example yang kedua tadi kan. Repeat benda yang sama kan. So you tengok macam mana saya tulis ABC saya.
the problem. So now, based on the situation, we are going to look for A, B, and C. So in order to find A, we must make sure that B and C disappear at the same time. So I'm going to substitute the value x equals to 3. Then the following step is to refer the B.
Tengok balik strategi yang sama. Kalau you rajin buat latihan, you akan ulang dan ulang proses yang sama saja. Kena berhati-hati. Okay, teruskan. Kalau B ni memang saya tak nak mampu buat masa ini. Saya kena skip pergi C. Then after that baru kembali ke B. Tengok
So in this case, it is impossible to make sure that the C disappear and the A disappear at the same time. So we will skip the B and looking for C first. So C, in order to find the C, we are going to make sure that the B disappear. So by substituting the value x equals to 0. Finally, in order...
Okay, tengok level saya berbeza. Level A, okay, kemudian A di sini kan, A di sini kan, okay. Kemudian B tak ada, C level yang kedua. Kemudian kalau nak cari B, saya punya X mesti di level yang ketiga. Bagi tahu saya yang mana yang saya perlu cari dahulu. So harap you belajarlah ya. Okay. Nampak? Saya tak tulis let, saya tak tulis when, semua saya tak tulis. Saya straightforward buat macam ni. Jimat masa, kita kena cepat, pantas dan tepat. Jangan tulis benda-benda yang bukan-bukan, nanti pening. Lagi banyak benda, lagi confused. Lepas tu ruang itu nampak tak? Bagi ruang yang besar sikit supaya kita dapat visual dengan clean and clear. Teruskan.
In order to find B, you can substitute any value that you wish to have, which is 1, I would say. So with the help of the calculator, so you can key in the formula for x squared plus 2x minus 6 into your calculator. And
so with the help from the calculator, key in. Kemudian guna function calculate untuk dapatkan jawapan di sini, dan jawapan di sini. Tiga-tiga tu.
Then by using the function calculate to find the answer, so we have 36 after we substitute x equals to 3 and negative 6 when I substitute the value of x is equals to 0, and finally we have 0 if the x is equals to 1. So now continue by substitute. I'm going to solve finding the part A first, the value of A. So when I substitute the value x equals to 3, I will have 10a. So finally, A will be equals to 36 over 10 or 18 over 5. Next, I'm going to look for C. So by substituting the value x equals to 0, I will have A, and then I will have negative 3C. So rearrange, I will have 3C, which is equals to A. A is 18 over 5 plus 6. So C will be equals to 18 over 5 plus 6, and then divide by 3. So we will have our value 16 over 5. Final part, which is looking for B. When I substitute the value x equals to 1, I will have 2a plus b plus c negative 2. So expand, I will have 2a plus, not plus, minus 2b minus 2c, which is equals to 0. Simplify the situation, I will have 0 equals to a minus b minus c. Rearrange, so b will be equals to a minus c. Substituting the value 18 over 5 minus 16 over 5. So my b will be equals to 2 over 5. So after you have...
Okay, so semua A, B, C dah dapat. So you kena berhati-hatilah dengan calculation sajalah. Yang ni macam mana nak elak, buat latihan lah. So finally, jangan lupa ganti. Okay, ganti. Bila ganti, ingat ya, A, B, C ni just bahagian kecil ini saja. But your final answer adalah benda yang paling besar sekali. So tengok macam mana saya tulis. 3. Okay, kemudian ini adalah bahagian A. Okay, teruskan.
2x plus 16 over x square plus 1.
So harap faham kenapa 1 over 5 diletak di luar. Sebab masa yang sama ada B, ada C. Okay, B 2 over 5. C 16 over 5. So saya keluarkan 5 itu supaya penulisan saya cantik sikit lah. Begitulah situasi dia. Okay, yang saya dah bincang linear, kuadratik. This one is repeated linear. Letak bintang. Pelajar selalu tercicir perkara ini. Linear and repeated linear. Take note. Okay, sekejap je. One more example. So, mula.
So So first step is to check whether the situation is a proper or improper fraction. So for this case, the numerator is linear, the denominator is cubic. So 1 over 3. So this is a proper fraction. Second part, we are going to check, is it able to simplify or factorize? So for this case, it is a simplest form. So the third step would be determine the types of factor in the denominator. So for this case, x plus 2 is a linear, x plus 1 squared is a repeated linear. So now we are going to have the basic structure. So in this case, we have three factors, so which is x plus 2 plus x plus 1 power 1 plus x plus 1 power 2. So this is a case for repeated linear. So for the numerator, for the linear case, it will be a constant. X plus 1 is also a linear, so it will be a constant as well. So for the third part, x plus 1 square, it is a repeated linear and it's not a quadratic. So the numerator will be a constant as well. So
Okay, take note special. Repeated linear, keyword repeated linear. So x plus 2, x plus 1 to the power of 1. Ini x plus 1 to the power of 2. Repeated, benda yang sama kali kedua. So, when I mention repeated linear, atas mesti constant. Take note. Okay, take note. Next, macam mana nak buat? Lebih kurang sama macam sebelum ini.
the following step is to solve. So how to solve? First, I'm going to multiply both sides with x plus 2, x plus 1 square, or we can refer the denominator. So we will have 5x plus 7 equals to a x plus 1 squared plus b x plus 2 x plus 1 plus c x plus 2. So I'm going to use the substitution method. So a, b, and c. In order to find a, we have to make sure that the b and the c disappear. So look at the factor. Do we have a common factor? So in this case, referring the b and the c part, the common factor is x plus 2. So we have to substitute the value x equals to negative 2 so that the b and c can become a 0. Next, we are going to find b. So we have to refer a.
Tengok A, B, C. Nak cari A, make sure the B and C disappear. Nampak tak? We have a common terms. Common terms. So, negative 2. Next, we want to find B. Make sure the A and C, they have a common terms. So, kalau di sini, saya tak nampak A and C sama. So, we skip. Okay, we skip.
A and C, do they have the same or the common factor? So in this case, it is no. So we can't make the situation become 0. So we can skip for the...
Okay, so dah skip. Nak cari C, make sure the A and B hilang. So check tengok ada common factor tak? Ada, which is x plus 1. Okay, teruskan.
C part. So in order to find C, we have to make sure that A and B become 0. So referring, do we have the common factor? So in this case, the common factor is x plus 1. So we can substitute the value x, which is equals to negative 1, and the A and B will become 0. So for the final part,
So bila you dah jalan satu round macam ni ya, you dah jalan satu round macam ni kan, you boleh letak apa-apa nilai x. Kalau nak cari B, boleh je letak apa-apa nilai x. Okay, boleh letak apa-apa nilai x ketika dah habis satu cycle. Okay, teruskan.
in order to find B, we can substitute any value. So for example, 0. So next is to find the value for the left hand side. With the help of the calculator, you can key in 5x plus 7 into the calculator, and by using the function calculate in order to find the value for the left hand side. So I will have negative 10 plus 7, so my value will be negative 3 for the left hand side. If I substitute 0, I will have 7 for the left hand side. If I substitute negative 1, I will have a value of 2 for the left hand side. Now let's move on to the right hand side. So for the first part, I'm going to look for A. After I substitute the value negative 2, so I have only a value A. A will be equals to negative 3. The second part will be looking for C. After I substitute the value negative 1, so I will have my value C. So C will be equals to negative 2. For the final part, looking for B. So I'm going to substitute the value 0 into B and also A and C. So I will have A plus 2B and plus 2C. So by substituting the value A and C into the equation, so 7 will be equal to negative 3 plus 2B plus 4. 7 will be equals to 1 plus 2b. Rearrange, we'll have 6 equals to 2b, and b will be equals to 3. So now we're going to substitute the value a, b, c into the partial fractions. So finally, 5x plus 7 over x plus 2 bracket x plus 1 bracket square, which is equals to a would be negative 3 over x plus 2, followed by 3 over x plus 1, and lastly will be 2 over x plus 1 power of 2.
Okay, so nampak apa yang berlaku? So 3 case linear, quadratic, kemudian linear quadratic untuk improper, kemudian ini adalah linear dengan repeated linear. So example yang kelima, kalau you tengok di sini, atas ni quadratic, betul? Bawah pun quadratic, kemudian ada linear. So step number 1, check proper or improper. So saya boleh tengok ya, power di atas 2, power di bawah 3. Sekiranya saya expand. So for this case, 2 over 3 which is proper. So kalau proper, no need do long division. Dah siap. Second one, check factorize. Okay, able to factor or not? So kalau sini saya nampaklah boleh factor. Mari kita teruskan.
Step number 1, to check whether it's proper fraction or not. So by referring to the numerator, it is the degree of 2. The denominator would be a degree of 3. So for this case, it is a proper fraction. Second step is to check, is it able to factorize for the denominator? So for this case, yes, it is. We can factorize the situation. X plus 2, 2x plus 1. So we have 3 factor in this situation. Step number 3.
Check betul-betul Check betul-betul. Bila you dah factorize, you nampak x plus 2, 2x plus 1. So you perasan tak ada benda yang sama? Special case. Kena letak bintang. Pelajar kalau terlepas pandang, terperangkaplah. So, apa yang special? Mari kita tengok.
To determine the types of factors in the denominator. So please take note, we have repeated denominator. So this one can consider as repeated linear. So step number 4, have a basic structure. So for this case, negative 6x squared plus 5x plus 7 over x plus 2, 2x squared.
Inilah yang special, which is the repeated linear. So kalau you terlepas pandang, perangkaplah. Faham tak? Kalau terlepas pandang, itu perangkap dia. So di sini you factorize, kemudian you nampak ada benda yang sama, you kena simplify dia, jadi 2x plus 1 bracket square. So situasi sekarang ada linear and repeated linear. Teruskan.
Will be the simplest form. So for this case, we have a linear and a repeated linear factor. So the basic structure will be x plus 2 plus 2x plus 1 power 1, 2x plus 1 power 2. So the numerator for x plus 2 will be a constant because x plus 2 is a linear, followed by 2x plus 1, also a constant. The final part would be a repeated linear. It is not a quadratic, it's a repeated linear, so the numerator will be a constant. Then we are going to multiply both sides with the denominator. So we will have negative 6x squared plus 5x plus 7 equals to a, 2x plus 1 square, plus b, x plus 2, 2x plus 1. And c, we have x plus 2.
So, kita repeat proses yang sama. Betul? Kita repeat proses yang sama. Di mana? Basic structure kita linear, power 1, and then repeated linear. Ingat, kalau repeated linear, atas dia mesti constant. Next, multiply both side atau semua elemen dengan denominator dan kita dapatlah benda ini. Seterusnya.
So now I'm going to use the substitution method to find the value for a, b, and c. So in order to find the value a, I'm going to make sure that the b and c disappear. So I'm going to check, do they have a common factor? So in here we have x plus 2 is their common factor. So in order to make sure that the b and c disappear, we have to substitute the value negative 2. So the next part will be b. So is the a and c has the common factor? So in this case, it is not. So we are going to skip the b and look for c. So when referring, we are going to find the value c, we have to refer a and b. So do they have the common factor? So in this case, yes, it is. The common factor is 2x plus 1. In order to make it become 0, so x will be a negative 1 over 2. Finally, we have to look for the value b by substituting any value. So for example, 0. So with the help of the calculator, kindly key in the negative 6x squared plus 5x plus 7 into the calculator, and with the axis of the function calculate, you can look for the value for the left hand side. So if I calculate the value negative 2 for the value x, so I will have negative 27 for the left.
So in here, the meaning is you press the calculator, function calculate, then you key in negative 6x squared plus 5x plus 7. Okay, for example. So ini example dia. So you key in negative 6x squared plus 5x plus 7. Okay or not? And then after that, you calculate. Okay or not? So refers to your handout. So the first value is negative 2. So you press negative 2, then you press equal. So your answer will be negative 27 for the left hand side. Next, we move on to x equals to negative 1 over 2 when we want to find the value c. So you press the calculator, calculate, then negative 0.5. Then you press the equal button. So you will have the value 3 when x equals to negative 1 over 2. Okay, one more, calculate. If the value of x is equals to 0, then you will have the value 7. Okay, so that is the method how we make use of the calculator to find the value for the left hand side.
If I substitute a 0, it will be a 7 for the left hand side. If I substitute negative 1 over 2, it will be a 3 for the left hand side. Next, I'm going to look for the value a. So I'm going to substitute the value negative 2. So in here, I'm going to have a negative, we have a 9.
So based on the value negative 27, 7 and 3, you have to refer to the calculator just now. Okay, so after that, focus on the right hand side, means that when you substitute the negative 2, the 0, and the x is equals to negative 1 over 2 for the right hand side. Step by step, one by one, find the value a, b, and c. Continue.
A. Then a will be equals to negative 3. The second one will be looking for c. So if I substitute the value negative 1 over 2, so I will have 3 over 2c. So c will be equals to 2. Finally, in order to find the value b, I'm going to substitute the value x equals to 0. So I will have a for the right hand side. And then I will have 2b. And then finally 2c. Okay, so substitute the value a, negative 3. And then substitute the value c, we have 4. So in here, we are going to have negative 3 plus 4, we have 1. Rearrange, we have 6 equals to 2b. So b will be equals to 3. So now we are going to substitute the value a, b, c into the partial fractions. So negative x squared, 6x squared plus 5x plus 7 over x plus 2, 2x plus 1 squared equals to a, negative 3 over x plus 2 plus 3 over 2x plus 1. C will be 2 over 2x plus 1 to the power of 2. So this is a partial fraction.
Okay, so nampak tak keadaan ini, example 5 ini? So berhati-hatilah dekat atas ini. Okay, ada situasi ini. So haraplah dapat pengalaman. So kita akan teruskan lagi dengan example 6. Masih sama, partial fraction. Dan kita tengok apa yang special dekat soalan ni. Okay, so sekarang situasi kita linear. Boleh? Linear. Kita tengok apa yang kita perlu buat. So ingat, dia punya step dia. Yang pertama, proper improper. Yang kedua, factorize. Yang ketiga, kita kena basic structure, kemudian solve. Teruskan.
1. Check whether it's proper fraction or not. So by referring to the numerator, it is a power 2. By referring to the denominator, it is also power 2. So meaning that it is a improper fractions. So the following step is to simplify or by using the long division to have a proper fraction. So here we have x squared plus 2x minus 15. It is a divisor. So substitute the px. Okay, so now we have to simplify the situation by putting 1. So x squared plus 2x minus 15. So we will have 5x plus 1. So it would be 1 plus 5x plus 1 over x minus 3, x plus 5.
Okay, so check. So this one is improper. So kena buat long division in order to become proper. So macam mana kita tahu betul tak? So make sure you tengok sini, quadratic. Atas ini adalah linear. Maksudnya sudah proper. berbanding dengan yang sebelum ini. So, ini adalah situasi dia. Kemudian kita kena teruskan ya, teruskan. Fokus kita adalah partial fraction. Maksudnya kita kena decompose this part. Mari kita teruskan.
So now we already have our proper fraction. So we are going to separate this part, or we can say decompose that part into a partial fractions. So step number 2, check, is it possible to factorize? So my answer is yes, it is already simplest form. So the third step is to determine the types of factor in the denominator. So for this case, we have two factors. The first one will be a x minus 3, which is a linear factor. X plus 5 is also a linear factor. The fourth step would be the basic structure for 5x plus 1 over x minus 3, x plus 5. So decomposite it, x minus 3 plus x plus 5. So for x minus 3, which is a linear, the numerator will be a constant, followed by a constant as well for the factor x plus 5. So the next step, I'm going to multiply both sides with the denominator, and I will have 5x plus 1 equals to a, x plus 5, plus b, x minus 3. So in this part, I'm going to use the substitution method to find the value a and b. So in order to find the value a and b, I'm going to make sure that the value becomes zeros. So in order to find a, I'm going to refer b. So I would substitute the value 3 in order to make sure that the b becomes 0. The second step will be substituting the value negative 5 so that the a becomes 0. So after I substitute the value, I will have 16 for the left hand side. Okay, so negative 24 when I substitute the value negative 5. So now I'm back.
So sekarang saya akan tunjuk macam mana saya guna calculator untuk dapatkan jawapan ini. Okay, maksud saya function calculate lah. So key in function 5 alpha x plus with the 1. Okay, kemudian tekan calculate. Sila rujuk handout anda. Value of x is equals to 3. So press equal 3 answer. So you get 16 untuk A. Then calculate negative 5. Then equal. Then you get negative 24. So begitulah ya cara dia untuk guna function calculate.
Back to the value a. So if I substitute, I will have 8a. So my a will be equals to 2. So if I substitute the value negative 5, I would have negative 8b. So my b will be equals to 3. So lastly, I have to substitute the value a and b into the partial fractions. So my final answer will be x squared plus 7x minus 14 over x minus 3, x plus 5, which is equals to 1 plus 2 over x minus 3 plus 3 over x plus 5.
Okay, so begitulah ya cara dia untuk partial fraction. So saya dah bincang banyak contoh ya. So ini boleh dikirakan the final one lah. So saya repeat mula-mula kita ada linear. Betul? Kemudian kita ada linear kuadratik. Kemudian kita ada linear repeated linear. Betul? Termasuk juga yang improper fraction untuk linear kuadratik. Seterusnya kita ada special case. Betul? Kita ada kuadratik tapi dalam tu boleh factorize dan dia boleh jadi repeated linear. Kemudian akhir sekali kita bincang yang improper fraction untuk linear. So, example yang terakhir iaitu number 7. Saya akan bincang satu situasi yang lebih kurang macam partial. So, mari kita mula. Okay, so inilah mirip dia untuk partial. Tapi bukan semua, satu bahagian. Mari kita mula.
Improper fraction. So by referring to the numerator, it is a power 2. By referring to the denominator, it is also a power 2. So now this one considered as improper fractions. So in order to make sure the case become proper fraction, we have to use the long divisions to have the proper fractions. So where we have x squared minus 5x plus 1. And for the denominator, it would be x squared minus 3x. So now I'm going to put in the value 1. So I will have x squared minus 3x. Simplify the situation, so we will have negative 2x plus 1. So express the situation, 1 minus 5x plus x squared over x minus 3. It will be equals to 1 plus minus 2x plus 1 over x minus 3. So the value for a will be equals to 1, b will be equals to negative 2, c will be equals to 1.
Okay, so berdasarkan keadaan ini sekarang, dia dah bagi kita satu format. So apa yang kita perlu buat adalah, kita perlu check proper or improper. Kemudian kita perasan dia adalah improper, so kita buat long division. Betul? Long division. So bila kita dah buat long division, begitulah rupa dia. Kemudian kita pun express benda ini, iaitu benda ini ya. Benda ini sebenarnya sama dengan perkara ini. Betul? As a partial fraction. So tumpuan kita beri kepada ini. So situasi sekarang adalah linear. Mari kita teruskan.
So that would be the part 1. So now we are going to look for the part 2, express the function given as a partial fractions. So now my focus is this part. Okay, so first check, is it a proper fraction? The answer will be yes, because the numerator is power 1 and the denominator is power 2. Second part, is it a simplest form? So the answer is yes, it is a simplest form and we can't factorize anymore. The third will be determine the types of factor in the denominator. So in this case, we have x as a linear factor. X minus 3 is also a linear factor. So now we are going to have a basic structure. So my focus is 1 minus 2x over x minus 3. My basic structure will be over x plus x minus 3. And then the numerator will be a constant because the factor is a linear, which is a x, followed by b, also a constant. Next, I'm going to multiply both sides with the denominator, x and x minus 3. So I will have 1 minus 2x equals to a, x minus 3, plus b, x. So in this question, I'm going to use the substitution method to find the value a and b. So in order to find the value a, I'm going to look for the b, and I'm going to substitute the value equals to 0. And for the second part, we'll be looking for the value b, and my value will be x equals to 3 in order to make sure that the a is disappeared. By substituting the value, so for the left hand side, we'll have 1 if the value of x is 0, and the value for the left hand side will be negative 5 if the x is 3.
So, advice saya, kalau you mampu kira terus, then tak perlu guna calculator. Faham? Jimat masa. Teruskan.
So first part, I'm looking for the value a. So we will have negative 3a. So a will be equals to negative 1 over 3. And if the value is 3, my answer will be 3b. And b will be equals to negative 5 over 3. So now I'm going to substitute the value a and b into the fraction. So my final answer, 1 minus 5x plus x squared over x minus 3 will be equals to 1 negative 1 over 3x negative 5 over 3 x minus 3. So this is how I decomposite the fraction. So here we are. And
okay, so begitulah ya. So pagi ni kita dah bincang tentang apa? Kita dah bincang tentang factor theorem, remainder theorem, zeros. Boleh? Kemudian kita bincang situasi-situasi yang berkenaan dengan factor, zeros, remainder, termasuk root, termasuk long division. So kita dah bincang. Kemudian untuk bahagian kedua, kita bincang tentang partial fraction. Betul? Partial fraction. So, fokus partial fraction adalah decompose. Satu benda tu pecah kepada lebih kepada dua. Faham? So, saya dah ada tunjuk situasi dia iaitu linear kuadratik. Kemudian ada case yang improper. Teruskan, kita ada linear repeated linear. Betul tak? Linear repeated linear. Kemudian saya ada bincang special case di mana dalam kuadratik itu boleh factorize jadi repeated linear. Dan akhirnya saya bincang tentang improper fraction untuk linear. Akhir sekali, example 7, saya bincang tentang contoh-contoh mirip macam partial. Tapi bukan semua, just satu bahagian yang kecil. So, itu saja untuk hari ini. Terima kasih.